This Sunday, WWE's last pay-per-view of 2020 takes place, and it's TLC, so if past years tell us anything, it's bound to be at the very least a decent show. Anyway, these are my predictions for the 6 announced matches. Let's start with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler vs Asuka and a mystery partner for the women's tag titles. This has been one of the longest ongoing storylines on the card, with Lana being put through a table throughout the entire Survivor Series build before finally catching a break at the pay-per-view. After that, she formed a partnership with Asuka, and they've been getting the better of Jax and Baszler for most of the past month. However, on the go-home show, Lana was written out with an injury, rendering the entire build kind of pointless. If Lana isn't in this thing, I don't see any reason to take the belts off of Jax and Baszler. After that, the New Day take on the Hurt Business for the Raw Tag titles. This feud started hot with a thrilling title match on the go-home show to Survivor Series, before going cold with a puzzling botch rematch a week later. However, its recent focus on Cedric Alexander's quick rise, with singles victories over Woods and Kingston, has actually brought back interest in the match. There is clearly a bigger story going on within the Hurt Business, and a title win can really take it far as we approach the road to WrestleMania, so I expect Cedric and Shelton to live as champions. There's also Sasha Banks vs Carmella for the SmackDown Women's title. After months of inactivity, Carmella made her return to attack the champion and establish herself as the next title contender. They've had a fine rivalry with a solid interview segment and a good but kind of unnecessary match on SmackDown. The main problem is, Carmella doesn't feel that much different from the last time she was a heel, and if anything, feels like a transitional feud for Sasha until a more serious challenger is available. So I'm very confident Sasha will retain at the pay-per-view. Then we have Randy Orton facing the Fiend's Bray Wyatt. Their story has been one of the most well-developed ones on the card, with their acknowledgement of their past 2017 rivalry as well as the addition of Alexa Bliss being incredibly well received. And for the most part, their segments have been the highlight of Monday nights. The one issue with this match is the fact the matches they had back in 2017 were very underwhelming and don't give me much hope this bout will be nearly as good as the story is. Hopefully, they'll do something creative to get a decent match, but I'm not counting on it. As for the winner, I don't think it's time for the Fiend to be defeated in singles competition in a real rivalry. Coming next, Drew McIntyre vs AJ Styles for the WWE title in a TLC match. As just a match, this could effortlessly steal the show. However, as a story, this one is okay at best. Drew's friendship with Sheamus, and heck, even his rivalry with Miz and Morrison, seem to be more important than whatever he's got going on with AJ. It's not the worst thing ever, since AJ is not completely detached from his feud with Drew, and it kind of works perfectly fine as a short-term program for one pay-per-view, meaning Drew is most likely retaining. As for a possible cash-in, I don't think we are seeing one as long as Drew and Sheamus remain on-screen friends. And finally, Roman Reigns clashes with Kevin Owens with the Universal title on the line in a TLC match. As has been said before, Roman's heel run as a tribal chief is one of the best things in WWE in years, and his recent feud against KO is no exception. Their promos have been awesome, with the animosity around the way Roman treats his family, allowing Kevin to fire up and do some of his best work in the Seth Rollins feud. He doesn't have a chance of winning, but I'm still very excited to see this match, even if Kevin ends up being just a placeholder opponent. Before I leave, I'll go through a few matches that as of this recording have yet to be confirmed for TLC, but could still be added at the last minute. Sami Zayn vs Big E and/or Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental title. With all of Sami's cheap wins over the last few weeks, I expect to see him either drop the belt in a singles match or retain in a triple threat. Bobby Lashley vs Riddle for the US title. Riddle has been feuding with the Hurt Business for the past month, and while I could see him become champion, I don't think Lashley is going to lose the belt just yet. The Street Profits vs Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode for the SmackDown tag titles. This is a match that has been announced for SmackDown, but knowing WWE, they likely have a crap ending followed by the Profits retaining on pay-per-view. Bayley vs Bianca Belair. This is a very exciting match on paper that would feel much more special if Bayley hadn't lost so much momentum in the past 2 months. Anyway, Bianca is on the rise and will beat almost anyone they put in front of her. Do you agree with my choices? Leave a comment down below with your predictions for TLC. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter @PopMeWrestling for any update. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, see ya!